Am I the a-hole for telling a dietitian that his advice about weight loss is useless? My husband has been pestering me about losing weight lately. I have gained around 4 kilograms during the pandemic due to the fact that I work more, and honestly, I have no time or energy to work out anymore. For context, I'm a doctor. I have been with my husband for 4.5 years and we're both 28. He has mentioned that he wants me to lose some weight as he finds my legs too thick and he isn't attracted to my body since I gained weight. I have struggled with disorder eating in the past, but I have been athletic my whole life, so I know how to lose weight. Despite having gained some weight, I'm still at a normal weight for my height. Last week, we had some friends over and one of my husband's friends is a dietitian. Apparently, my husband had spoken to him about my struggle with weight loss and he felt like giving me unsolicited advice in front of everyone at the table in my own house. He started saying I should be eating a caloric deficit, a lot of protein and vegetables, etc. I mean, duh. I asked him why he felt like telling me this, and he admitted that my husband told him I have been struggling with losing weight, which I haven't. I thanked him and said that I actually am not on a diet right now. Later, we were eating a dessert that I had made, and this idiot said, "You might want to cut down on sugar and carbs if you want to lose weight." I saw red. I told him I don't need his useless advice. Everyone knows this and it's actually common sense. And not to mention that I'm a literal doctor and probably know more about the biochemistry of metabolism than him. I admit now that I was maybe unnecessarily rude, but I was furious with him for giving me advice when I didn't ask, especially on a sensitive topic. After they had left, my husband told me I was an asshole for lashing out at a friend who had just wanted to help and whose help he had asked. He also said his friends who are dietitians and dentists don't like being compared to doctors and hearing that their profession is useless. I never said it's useless. It's just not needed by me and definitely not when I didn't even ask for advice. We have been sleeping separately the whole week and he refuses to talk to me unless I apologize to his friend. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. English isn't my first language and I just noticed that I have spelled dietitian wrong in the title. Damn. Now for the top comments, here's a comment from Temporary Badger. Not the a-hole, but you do not have a problem with the rude dietitian. You have a problem with your massive, controlling asshole of a husband. He needs to quit this shit immediately or get out of your life. Edit to add. Since I'm getting a lot of comments about this, the dietitian is absolutely an asshole. I just don't want OP to waste time fretting about some jerk she barely knows when the really big problem in her life right now is her so-called partner. And here's another comment from Winesis. Yes, I can think of a good way to lose 150 to 200 numbers of a-hole weight. Here's another comment from Navi Kato. I would love to know just how in shape OP's husband is. How's his hairline? I certainly hope he isn't throwing rocks in glass houses. Here's another comment from A Shot of Jamison. That's always my first thought whenever I read about a man wanting his partner to lose weight or make changes to their appearance. This also goes for women, of course. I highly doubt OP's husband is some kind of Adonis. Here's another comment from Knit Neds. It's a shame she didn't make use of the situation to humiliate husband in return. You should tell my husband these things. He's the one obsessed with losing weight. Or, oh, husband's name, this is valuable information. You should pick up a few tips here from dietitian's name. Husband is the one who deserved the criticism. Dietitian thought he was helping. That being said, the dietitian should have shut up after being told you weren't on a diet. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not telling my best friend, 22 male, that I, 25 female, went on vacation with his dad, 40 male? I've known my best friend and his dad since 2018. My best friend and I met at college. He was a freshman and I was a junior at the same university. My first impression of his dad was that he was a very nice and cool man. Never spent any time or talked with him one-on-one though. I also had a boyfriend at the time. My best friend's dad is divorced. In the summer of 2021, I went through a really messy breakup. Due to that, I started spending a lot of time at my best friend's house. He lives with his dad. Their place is huge, so he really doesn't mind this arrangement at all. My bestie was always there for me during this extremely difficult time. While at my best friend's house daily basically, I started hanging out and chatting with his dad involuntarily. I discovered that we actually had a bunch of things in common. My best friend threw a New Year's Eve party at his house. His dad was there as well. One thing led to another and we ended up making out all night. It was amazing. Starting with the following day, we began going on dates and texting, calling daily. I didn't tell my best friend about any of this because I know he'd react badly, and I didn't know where this relationship was going either, to be honest. His dad invited me on a 2-week vacation to Thailand and I accepted. He told my bestie that he was going on a solo trip and I told him that I was visiting family in another state. The vacation itself was out of this world. Both of us had an incredible time together. My best friend found out about our lie after he randomly met my mom and she told him that I was abroad with a guy. When we got back, he went berserk. He told us that we're absolutely traitors and that he feels extremely betrayed. I told him that I didn't tell him because I was afraid of his reaction and that I didn't know how to do that either. He said that he might have been a little bit pissed at first, but he would have come around eventually if we would have been honest. We both apologized to him, but he rejected our apology, moved out of his dad's place, and now he's ghosting both of us. I personally think that he went a bit overboard with this. I mean, at the end of the day, me and his dad are consenting adults, and we haven't even been dating for that long, but I get where he's coming from too. Now for the top comments. Here's a comment from unknown at 2809. Of course, you're the a-hole. You're sleeping with his dad behind his back and taking secret trips abroad. This is not even a lie by omission, and the way you phrase the title is intentionally misleading. You straight up lied. When we got back, he went berserk. He told us that we're absolute traitors and that he feels extremely betrayed. He is right, and you are all of those things. You no longer have the right to call him your friend. At best, you are the evil stepmother. This relationship cannot be salvaged. I wish you a happy honeymoon and stay the hell away from your so-called friend for the foreseeable future. Another comment. This reminds me of the line from Guilty Conscience. What? She tripped, fell, landed on his dick? Edit. Didn't expect such an overwhelming response. My first award was well. Thank you all. Here's another comment from Capu156. One thing led to another. Is what you say when a 15-minute power nap becomes a 5-hour nap? Not when you're at the party with lots of people your age. Decide to spend it talking to your best friend's dad, decide to kiss said dad, and then decide to keep making out with him all night? Lol. Another comment. The involuntary remark got me too. OP, you so easily could have excused yourself every single time, especially when you start to get that knowing feeling that things are headed somewhere. Really though, New Year's, when you were 100% sure something was there, that was the point you owed it to your friend. Regardless if you did or did not know where it was going, that's completely irrelevant. This is only the beginning of what makes you the a-hole. Without a doubt, even he said he would get over it if he wasn't lied to. Simply honesty, meaning treating him like your best friend, could have avoided the majority, if not all, of this mess. The thing is, you've only known your bestie for roughly 3 to 4 years, and not to sound mean, but in this short time, you have destroyed their family, his relationship and trust with his father. That's a huge deal. I consider you out of the picture for your ex-friend, but truly, give it some thought what you have done to this poor guy who welcomed you into his home and life with full trust. Not to mention how betrayed he feels by his dad, which is a much bigger issue. Do you truly wish to begin a relationship on this foundation of lies and ripping a family apart?